Okay, now we will look at this final topic, which is settlement of internal orders to cost centers. As I told you earlier, we posted the cost of the gift to internal order temporarily, only as a temporary measure, because we don't know the cost centers to which to allocate the cost to. So once the annual dinner event is held, we will know who has won what gift in the lucky draw. So John has won a gift 1, Mike has won a gift 2, and Mary has won gift 3. So we need to allocate or transfer the cost from the internal order 9001 to the cost center of John, Mike and Mary. So before that, let us create a cost center for each of these staff. Let me go to controlling, cost center, master data, create. Okay, let us create a cost center for John first. Enter John, enter the current date, press enter. John, cost center category is employee, so you can just use administration. Choose administration, hierarchy area, Sun, company code Sun, and save it. Okay, enter business area, just enter corporate other. Alright, profit center active, just press enter. So let us create Mary now. No, sorry, Mike. Copy from John. If you enter here John, so the information will be copied from John cost center. Right, just change Mike. Everything has been copied from John. Sorry, Mike. Copy, paste Mike, and save it. Press enter. Alright, that is done. Now the last one is Mary. Press enter. Copy this. Mary, and Mary. Press enter. Alright, we have created the cost centers. Now let us see how we can transfer the cost from internal order to these cost centers. For that, we need to go to here, internal orders, periodic processing, settlement. Alright, execute this. We're going to settle the cost from order 9001. Settlement period is January. Yes, 2009. Let us do a test run first. The system throws an error message, says maintain the settlement rule of the sender. This is because we have not maintained a settlement rule yet. This is a long text. Settlement rule is required so that the system will know what percentage of cost to be allocated from internal order to the respective cost centers. Without the settlement rule, we can't do that. So let me draw a line here. It's okay, I'm going to draw a line. Let me explain. Alright, we go to internal order master data. Before that, let me show that if I press this button here, you can see that there is no settlement rule set up for this internal order yet. That's the reason the system is throwing the error message. Let us go to the master data. Press N. Internal order master data, change. You see this button here, this is where we maintain the settlement rule. Okay, once we know who won what gift, we need to come to this internal order and specify what percentage is to be settled to John, Mike and Mary. Let's assume that each of this gift is $100 each. So let us do this. You need to choose cost center here because the valid receiver is cost center. We're going to transfer the cost to John, Mike, Mary cost center, so we need to choose CTR, which stands for cost center, and the settlement receiver is, you need to choose John. Alright, John. You need to specify the percentage. What percentage of 300 will be going to John? Let us calculate the percentage now. 100 over 300. Oh, we have a fraction here, so let us change this. Alright, maybe we can assume that the gift which is won by John is worth 200 and the gift which is won by Mike is $50 and Mary is $50. So it is easier to allocate without any remainders. So if I were to use 200 divided by 300, there will be still as a fraction here. So let me see. Okay, how about 150 divided by 300? Alright, 0.5. So the gift won by John is worth 150. Right, and the gift won by Mike is $50 and the gift won by Mary is 100. Let me see if we can allocate without any remainders. $50 out of 300. Is there a remainder here? Okay, let's make it 75. 75 divided by 300. Okay, 25. So let's make it 75. And 75. Alright, so let us go here now, go to the settlement rule. So what percentage goes to John? John will be getting 50%. Alright, and CTR Mike will be getting, what percentage is that? 25. Is that right? 25? Yes, 25%. And Mary will be getting 25. So you need to come up with a percentage first, only then you can settle. Now you check the no errors. Okay, now we have set up the settlement rules. Let us save this. Before that, let me show you what is this settlement hierarchy. It is just a different view of seeing what we have set up just now. Alright, this is a kind of view. You can see the internal order 9001, will be transferring the cost to cost centers John, Mary and Mike. Alright, let me save this. Alright, we are good to do the settlement now. Let me go to actual settlement now. Check here whether the I need to refresh this. Okay, now I check. Okay, I can see the settlement rules that I have created. Let's go back. Execute now. Maintain sources for allocation structure A1. Alright, let me check what is this error about. Okay, let me go to settlement rule, controlling in orders, actual postings, settlement profile. The settlement profile that we are using is 20, and 20 is using allocation structure A1. Allocation structure is actually a template which will define what will be the source cost element and the destination cost element, because in order to transfer the cost from internal order to cost center, we need to have a source cost element and destination cost element. So we need to define that. We have not defined that yet. We need to define that in the allocation structure A1. Let's go back. Where can we see allocation structure A1? Is over here. Go to A1, choose A1, go to assignments. Alright, we need to create a new entry here. Let me see what is the available number range. 70, we can 70, 070. Okay, gift cost for lucky draw, because as you can see our cost element here is 800001. This is our cost element in which the cost of 300 is stored. This is a source cost element. This source cost element has to be mapped to a receiver cost element, so that the system will know what cost element to use when it writes the line items in the John, Mike and Mary cost center. It can be a different cost element, or it can be the same cost element as the source cost element, which is this. So I'm going to use the same cost element, which is this. So how to tell the system to use the same cost element is using this method. Once you enter this description, go to source, select this, go to source, enter this 800001, and sun, this one, yeah, this is the source cost element. It can be a range or using a cost element group, and go to settlement cost element. We can also use the assessment cost element, or we can use a settlement cost element, which is here. New entries, receiver category, CTR cost center, check by cost element. If I check this, then the system will use the same cost element as the source cost element when it's writing the values for the cost center. Alright, if you want to use a different cost element other than the 80001, you need to create a cost element here and specify the different cost element here. Then the system will transfer the cost from the 80001 to this receiver cost element. In this case, we are going to use the same cost element of 80001. So you just check this by cost element and save it. So now we have made sure the source cost element, this 80001, has been defined to use the same cost element when it's writing the values on the cost center. Save this, go back, go back, go back, go back. Now we run the settlement again. the error message has disappeared. Now we say define number range for settlement documents. We haven't defined the number range. Alright, let us go to the step here under the same note here, settlement, maintain number ranges for settlement documents, choose intervals, CO object document, go to overview, right. There's no number range specified for sun, element sun. Let me go to groups, standard. So the group sun has not been assigned, so select it, or you can also create a new group interval. Let me see, we can use this number range, the existing number range. So standard accounting document is the one which is having this number range here. Alright, so let us select this and assign it. So it will be using this number range here. Okay, save it, go back. Alright, cancel, run it again. Alright, the settlement has run successfully. Settlement executed. Still in the test mode. Alright, let us check the line items here. Detail list. Alright, you can see how the system settles the value from the source object of 9001 internal order. It allocates 150 to John, $75 to Mary, $75 to Mike, like how we wished over here. The system will know what percentage to allocate based on the settlement rule. Okay, you can check the settlement rule here. Right, based on this percentage, the system has allocated the amounts. Here, if we click this, sender debits is shown. Senders debited with 300 in the cost element 80001, and the receiver credit is shown over here. Since we choose to use the same cost element, the receivers will be credited using the same cost element of 80001 based on the allocation structure settings. Okay, choose these details. This gives more details on the currency type that is used. Now we can save this. We can run actual settlement now. Remove this, and if I run this, you can see the settlements. I locked it somewhere. Let me close. Okay, let me close this. Actual settlement. Oh yeah, this must be the one which is locking. Alright, remove this, execute. It's executing. Program terminated. There's an error. Short term. I'm not sure. Let me execute again. Make test run first. Alright. Why is it generating at shutdown? Let me close this just in case if it's locking something. Okay, posting period, settlement period 1, posting period 1, long tax, there's a problem with the number range assignment. That's what I can see. I'm not sure. Okay, let me see if I can change number range. Okay, let me choose. Okay, let me try to use a different number range. Go to settlement. Something wrong with the number range that we selected. It should be all right. Okay, come here. Let me create a new group. Sun settlement documents, and enter the number range of 1001 to let's say 9999, right? Let me see. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. All right, and add it. Let me select this, choose this, assign. So it has been assigned to a different number range. Okay, let me try to execute. Test run first. Okay, all good. Let me try to do a actual run. Still the same thing. CEO document number range assignment not possible for business transaction. KA. Alright, I'm not sure why the system is generating an error now. So this looks like a system bug. I can't do much about it, so we just terminate the topic here. Just assume that once you run the settlement, the cost will be transferred from internal order to the respective cost centers according to the test run that we saw under the cost element of 80001. Okay, let's end this topic now. That's how you settle the cost from internal orders to cost center.